Michele here with the Redesign Habit. Happy ho ho ho, jingle jingle. This is our gift guide buying version for the year for some great gift ideas for the DIYer in your life. I did a little searching and found some cool things on Amazon that are super affordable and could be very helpful. And then I also have just some of my stuff that I use all the time that every DIYer should have. So what I want to start off with is this cool little tool belt that I found on Amazon. It's really more like an apron, and it's adjustable, so it will fit most. It's got pockets on the front, as you can see, and then it's got more little pockets in front of those pockets, and then it's got a little clip here where you could, I don't know what you would put on the clip, I don't know, but there's a clip, and then there's a little string over here where I guess you could clip something to the string. And then on the back side, it's got two more bigger pouches. So like, to me, something like in here, that'd be a good place to put your phone, something flat that you want to have on you, because maybe you're listening to tunes while you're working on your project and you want your phone with you, but you don't want your phone to get dirty or drop it or whatever. So this little guy was like $10 on Amazon. It's a nice canvas. It's pretty sturdy. It will hold most tools, scissors, snippers, small hammers, all the things that you might be using as you're working on a project somewhere around your house. Now, that's item one. If you are working on a project and it's taking up more of your tools, maybe multiple screwdrivers, some clamps, things like that. I also found, it's heavy because I got full of stuff. I also found this really cool little canvas tool bag, and it would close if I didn't have it full of so much stuff. So that's kind of nice, because maybe you're going to your mom's to work on something or something, you want to zip all your things up in here. It's got pockets on the outside as well, on both sides. It's got the nice kind of suitcase handle where you can, you know, close it up on itself and be able to pick it up easily. And then inside's just great to hold all kinds of stuff. So kind of cool for the DIYer who needs more than this will hold, but wants to be able to keep everything organized for the particular project he or she is working on. So that's idea number two. This also was on Amazon. I think it was around $15. It was under $20, I know that. It's nice and sturdy, perfect for that DIYer in your life. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a good glue gun. And I just got this one new because the one I had got so hot I couldn't even hardly use it. This is made by Gorilla, so should have really good adhesion and all those kinds of things. What's nice about this one, you can see here, it's a dual temp, so you can do hot or cool melt glue in the same gun. And this was in fact $9.99 on Amazon. It does plug in, so it's not rechargeable. I know they have some glue guns now that are rechargeable. What I've read about some of them is you have to be careful, because as it starts to lose its charge, of course your glue hardens up and then you're mid-project and you're not very happy. So I prefer to just use one that plugs in. But this little guy was not very expensive, and if you got this along with the package of the glue sticks, which they also sell, that makes a great gift idea. Set these down. You can see here, make sure you're getting the right size glue stick for the glue gun that you have. That can be disappointing. You try to put it in too fat or too skinny and it won't work. So make sure you understand that before you buy your glue sticks to go with the glue gun. And the next item in my Santa bag here are these clamps. And my husband actually got these for me last year for Christmas or Mother's Day or something like that. And they're really nice because they're easy to hold on to something, and you can close it to tighten it with one hand. And then you can see right here, it's got the release, so it comes off very easy. You're not twisting and turning on the end and trying to hold on to the pieces that you're putting together. So again, it just ratchets and it adjusts as you squeeze it. I'm doing it one-handed. It's super easy to do. And then this, of course, this little clip right here, that's your release. I'm not sure where he got these, but I'm sure you can find them about anywhere that sells tools. And I know for a fact, like Harbor Freight has a whole bunch of different kinds of clamps for very reasonable price. So a set of clamps, you know, you're repairing a frame or, you know, fixing a door on a cabinet you bought. These little things can come in very, very handy. So that's my next gift idea for you. And the next one in here, everything is stuck to it, is this dish, and it's got a huge magnet on it that's very, very strong and will hold screws, bolts, door hardware, whatever he or she might be working on and has taken apart and wants to keep track of where those things are. This is a great place to put them. They won't fall on the floor and disappear forever. It's pretty heavy duty, and it was like $6 on Amazon. So you could even get like a set of them or something. But I have small ones of these, and I use them all the time when I'm working on something. So that's a nice little stocking stuffer idea, just so they have someplace safe to keep the nuts and bolts and screws and all those things as they're working on a piece. Got that on Amazon. Next thing on my list are cutting tools. So Harbor Freight has really nice sets of 2 or 3 of these in a pack that come in different sizes, and they lock for safety. This little thing slides up, kind of like outdoor trimming shears. So you can lock them up to keep them in your bag or to hang them up. And they come in handy for so many different things. Cutting wire, cutting apart floral arrangements, if you're wreath making, all those kinds of things. So a set of these, I'm sure, would always be welcome. I never can have too many cutting tools. I have them in all shapes and sizes, and they just make projects so much easier. So Harbor Freight, again, is a great place to look for those. If you don't have a Harbor Freight, I'm sure Amazon has a lot to pick from. I know the Home Depot and Lowe's, Menards, Ace, all those well-known hardware places also have a lot to pick from. And the next thing, which goes kind of along with that, is a good pair of scissors that are just to do stuff in your workshop. You know, you're not going to cut paper with them. You're going to cut stuff outside or in your shop that is a little bit tougher to cut, and these are a little bit different, and they have little teeth on them, so they cut through things a little bit easier than just traditional scissors you would buy. So all things cutting come in very handy for the DIYer in your life. And then next is, and I'm not advertising for this because we don't sell them, but a really good tape measure that, you know, opens far, so 30 plus feet, that's nice and thick and rigid. So if you're doing a big span across a window and you're measuring, it's not going to collapse on you like this, and will hold itself rigid so that you can get a good measurement. Everybody has the little tiny tape measures shoved in drawers, and they're very frustrating because they either don't go far enough or they're so thin that they're wobbly, and you can't, unless you have somebody holding the other end, you can't get a good measurement. So a really good tape measure, most of them have clips on the back, so you clip it right to your belt or to the pocket on your tool bag, And, you know, for about 20 bucks in a Home Depot, you can get a really good one. We have one out in the garage that we've had for years, and it locks in place really solid and goes very far out, probably about 40 feet, and is very rigid in its construction because this part is very wide and solid. So a really good tape measure is another great gift for that DIYer. Finally, I have two things left that I want to talk about, and I talked about this one last year, but I use it so much and wish I'd have had it so long ago. I just bring it up every year. But a staple gun that is battery powered is like a godsend. If you have a DIYer in your life who recovers things, you know, chair seats and stuff like that, or makes headboards, anything where you might be stapling fabric onto something, you can't go wrong with something like this. Now, this is the most expensive item here for sure. It's probably about 60 bucks around the holidays. It comes with a battery pack so that you can charge it up. But it just is, it makes manual staple guns seem so long ago. You know, they're hard. A lot of times the staple doesn't go in. You're trying to pull it back out of the wood, and it can be very frustrating. And this is effortless because you just push down on it and squeeze the trigger, and bam, it does its thing. And it's nice because you don't have to hook it to an air compressor or anything like that. It's got plenty of power. Super easy to change out the staples when you need to. It's just like a regular, you know, stapler or staple gun. You can get different lengths of staples, so make sure you're getting the right size staple that goes with your particular staple gun. If they're too wide or too narrow, they won't fit in the track, of course, just like any stapler. But I highly recommend this if you have somebody in your life. Doesn't have to be this brand. This just happens to be the brand of cordless tools that we have, but all the big brands make them, and they just make life so much easier. And then, of course, don't forget to get staples if you get somebody a staple gun so they can try it out after it's charged, and then they'll wonder why they haven't had one for all these years, for all the projects that they've done. That's what I said. So that's a great gift idea. And like I said, it's the most expensive one. It's probably going to be about $50 or $60 to get that. The final thing I have, and I'm going to actually use this and see if it's worth it, but it is a planner specific for DIYers. So it is set up so that you can schedule out projects, and then it's also set up so that you, on each project, you can see here, it's got a space for what the project name is, and then it's got, the next little section is a description. So what are you trying to do in the project? And then it's got a list here where you can write down the materials you're going to need to do the project, and your action plan. It's exactly like a business planner, but it's set up for a DIYer. So the idea is you don't have 50 projects running around in your head. You can record them in here as you think of them, and then fill them out as you're doing them, and hopefully it helps to keep you on track with the projects that you're trying to do. If you're anything like me, you're a little bit scattered, and so you have all these ideas and thoughts in your head for different projects and things to do, and hopefully this will help you be able to list them out. You know it's written down. You don't have to think about it. You can keep track of the materials you need on here, so you're not going to forget something. And this was $9.95 on Amazon. It's just a really cute idea, and I will let you guys know, but you can see here on the front, it says I can totally make that, which is what every DIYer says when they see a cool piece of art or an interesting piece of furniture. They go, I could totally make that myself. So that is the perfect slogan to have on the front of this book, because that is what like-minded people think who love to do DIY and home projects. So anyway, guys, that's a whole bunch of different ideas. They're all super affordable, except for the staple gun, which is more of a price commitment. But, you know, you could get somebody 2 or 3 of these things and still be under, you know, 40, 50 bucks for several really good ideas of things that they will really get a lot of use out of. And so I hope this gives you guys some ideas. I hope you have the happiest of holiday seasons. We all here wish that for you. If you haven't done so already, please go to theredesignhabit.com. You can sign up there for our weekly newsletter. We post blogs and do other fun things on there. Also, if you haven't done so on YouTube, please hit subscribe. That would really help us out. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have favorite ideas for things that you've given people that they've absolutely loved, please share in the comments. That would be helpful for everyone. And also, finally, don't forget Facebook and Instagram to follow us there. We try to put stuff across all the different areas. And I think that's it. Happy, happy holidays from our Redesign family and Maggie and Simon to you and yours. And we'll see you all in the next video.